Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 5. You may have noticed we got a bit of an upgrade. We are no longer in our lobby. We are upstairs of the McFarland Eye Care we're connected to. So kind of a little bit of an upgrade here.
Yeah, we're moving up.
Yeah, quite literally we're upstairs. And so if you've called to make an appointment in the last couple days, you may have heard me say that Liz is out in training. So I think, Monday you were out? So we just kind of want to talk about Liz's training and kind of what all she, like the highlights of what she learned and kind of what she was able to bring back to our practice, and she's excited to share with you guys.
Yeah, so I traveled down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to train with an amazing injector, Sarah Balladaris. I had wanted to expand just my knowledge of filler and biostimulators and how to get the best results for you guys. So we learned a lot about safety and just techniques to make the most out of what we're doing. So I'm excited to bring that on and kind of expand our offering with fillers and expand the things that I can offer you guys. So it was really exciting and really inspiring. So you'll have to come check it out. So the biggest thing for me about why training is so important is obviously, number one, you want your patients to get the most for their money of what we're doing. Filler in particular, you're actually using a pretty small amount of product per syringe. So you could put that in the wrong place and it's almost like nothing even happened. So it's like they didn't even get anything for their money. So being able to put it in the places where it needs to go so that you get good results, knowing how much you need for each area, knowing your anatomy, so you can be safe. Those are all things that I'm continuously trying to learn and improve upon. I think that's the difference between a okay injector and a great injector, is just learning and training and never being content, really.
Yeah, I don't think you should ever think, oh, like, you need training, you don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You kind of start with the baseline knowledge of knowing how to do these treatments, and then the more training you get, the more advanced and more kind of particular you can be in the details about how to uniquely tailor a service to a patient.
Right.
So training should really never be seen as
No.
you're underqualified and you need to go learn. It's more of like you have a good base knowledge, let's see how we can specialize this information to get patients the best outcome for, I mean, you're paying for the stuff, we want you to get good results. So any way that we can ensure that you get even better results is kind of our end goal.
I mean, like, you can never know it all, and that's the case with a lot of things, but this industry especially, because so much of this stuff is, and we've talked about this before, like, it's not super well studied, or it's it's always changing, we're always learning, so you just kind of have to keep up with that.
Yeah, even in aesthetics as a whole, I mean, there's a new device, a new laser, a new product, a new injectable. I mean, these companies, are kind of on cutting edge of a lot of different stuff, so it's always important to stay up to date. Even if you don't offer a service, just at least knowing what's out there, so that way you can have an informed conversation about it with a patient.
Yeah, I think it is important to know about services that we don't even offer, because people do go, I mean, you're not married to us when you come here, so you may go get a different treatment somewhere else, and I have a lot of people ask me about that stuff, in my opinion, so it's important to know about the lasers we don't have, or maybe injectables that we don't offer, and things like that, so I can be educated and really talk about that. But we try to, here we're only going to carry something we're 100% about, or we're only going to offer something we're 100% about. So, but that's also to say that just because we don't offer it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, even to know how, a treatment you may get somewhere else interacts with what we're treating you for. I mean, obviously you want to know about any potential side effects of crossing treatments like that. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of concern where that's in that area, but even just knowing about, XYZ offers this kind of laser, do y'all have anything similar, kind of like that?
Yeah.
We may not have, a device by a certain name, but we do have a device that does the same thing that's just sold by a different company, so.
Well, and I think that's an important topic too, because you shouldn't necessarily shop based on device either, because one person could have the same device and not be very well trained on it and get okay results, but then you may go to another person who has the same device, but they've done a lot of training, they have a lot of experience, and you get even better results with the same device. So it's not always about devices or the products or the injectable. A lot of times it's about technique.
Yeah, and that circles back to why education is important, because if you're injector, if you're laser technician, or in our case our APRN knows what she's doing, then you can get great results really kind of given any device. So
yeah. And I think the other thing where we try to stand out too is taking care of our patients, because and again, back to finding a provider that you trust. Like, even though you're the most well-trained, or you have the best devices, or you choose the best injectables that you think, you're still going to have a patient that doesn't react the way you want them to, or somebody has a complication or things like that. Those are unavoidable, but we try to touch base with our patients afterward, and we try to check on them. And if you didn't get the result that you needed from something, we're going to take care of you. We're here to stand by you, not to just take your money, provide a service, and
take your money and run.
See ya. Yeah. Which, I don't know. I think that's something different in this industry. I think there are great places out there that do that as well. I don't think we're the only one, but I do think there are a lot that don't do that. So I think that's a good way to set ourselves apart. So I do get a lot of questions talking about my filler training and all that, like what the difference is between, so we say filler. Usually when I'm talking about filler, I'm talking about hyaluronic acid injectables. So that's, if you have heard the terms Restylane, Juvederm, RHA, those are all hyaluronic acid injectables, fillers, the traditional fillers. So they're like essentially a gel made out of hyaluronic acid that goes in the skin and places volume, fills. Yeah. That is their only intention. They do not produce collagen. They do not do anything outside of that. They just fill the area, which is important and needed. But then we have this other category that people sometimes confuse, and that's biostimulators. So that's things like Sculptra, even PRF Easy Gel. You could consider that a natural biostimulator as well. Those are not going to hold volume once you inject them in. You kind of get some temporary volume from the liquid, but then that goes away and you are essentially back to where you started for the short term. But over time, like 4 to 6 weeks is when you'll start to see those results. And that is going to add natural volume, natural collagen. It's really relying on your body's own production of collagen to build that volume and to improve the skin quality and things like that. So that's where fillers and biostimulators differ. Radius kind of teeters that line. Radius has filler capabilities, but it also has a biostimulator portion of it too. I like it I like it diluted and as a biostimulator, so I essentially use it to the patient very similar as I would Sculptra. But you get a little bit more of those immediate effects, while also getting those long-term biostimulation effects. So it kind of combines the two. But I would say the way I use it, it still teeters more towards the biostimulator line. There's a lot of different ways to use it, and a lot of providers use it differently, and that's great. There's a lot of amazing ways to use it, which is the same with any of the fillers. Everybody uses it differently, but it's kind of my approach on it, and I'm really excited about all the new technologies and just learning how to use all these products and adapt them in exciting ways. So I would love to share that with you guys.
So if you've heard everything we talked about today about our new services that we're going to provide, our advanced training that Liz now has, if you're thinking, wow, that sounds great, then go ahead. You can call us, text us. If you somehow have our email us. Whatever way, stop by, send a friend, send you to make an appointment. We are more than happy to help set up one for you. If you have any questions beforehand, we can also answer those.
Yeah.
A lot of times patients do just want to start with a consult though, and just talk to Liz about everything, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
A lot of times we can do a treatment at the same time as a consult, just let us know and I'll just make sure that we have enough time to do that.
Yeah.
Either way you want to do it is good with us. We're excited to see you guys come in for an appointment.
Yeah.
Next week we are going to be talking about kind of the truths and, mysticism about laser hair removal. So
all
stay
the
tuned.
dirty details of laser hair removal.
Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys then.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.